birthday.
We gather here tonight not only to raise awareness about Joseph Kony and the LRA, but to recognize that none of us are free until all of us are free. Each of us has a tyrant, oppressor, and manipulator living in here. And if we want the world to be free of Joseph Kony and others like him, we have to begin with ourselves and do everything we can to free ourselves from the prejudices, hatred, and divisions we hold in our own hearts. Tonight, we want to inspire you to be driven by the divine presence, the highest self, that part of you that is already and always will be free, to carry joy, love, hope, and vision into this community, into this city, and into our world. So let us tap into the spirit of those who have done this before us. Let us tap into the spirit of Jesus, who said, "It's not enough to love your friends, you must also love your enemies." Into the spirit of Buddha, who reminds us that hatred is never ended by hatred, but by love alone. And Muhammad, who said, "If you want to love the Creator, you must love your fellow beings first." So let us tap into the energy of modern-day prophets like Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend," and Gandhi, who said, "Love is the strongest force in the world," and Mother Teresa, who said, "Spread love everywhere you go," and others who are unknown but still walking the earth as living messages of love, hope, peace, and freedom. Until we learn to love beyond measure and open our arms to those who are different, marginalized, and unheard, the unity and freedom we seek will never come to be. So let us hold our candles as a sign that we are joining our hearts and minds with the energy of love that flows through the universe, with the intention that we might open our arms wide to an all-embracing love that can lead to freedom and the realization that finally all people are one and none of us are free until all of us are free. So I wanted to do a little prayer, and it's on the back of your Walk It, Chalk It, Talk It. It's a little litany. And so after every phrase or sentence, I just ask us to respond together. Let us open our arms wide. To the refugees the world over who have no place to call home,
Let us open our arms wide.
to those trapped in the cycle of poverty,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the victims of violence,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the homeless and hungry,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the nameless and forgotten,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the diversity of religious practice,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the victims and perpetrators of abuse,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the bullies and the bullied,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the stranger in our midst,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the marginalized and the voiceless,
Let us open our arms wide.
to those on the edge of despair,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the mystics, poets, and artists,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the prophets who disrupt our comfort and challenge our ego,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the prisoner and the ill-treated,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the friend and the enemy,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the believer and the seeker,
Let us open our arms wide.
to the seen and unseen.
Let us open our arms wide.
If you have any other people or circumstances or situations you'd like to add at this time, please do so. For these and all the unspoken names, circumstances, and concerns we hold in our hearts, we open our arms wide. So make no mistake about it. The habit of love, like all habits, is something we learn. We will experience fully the breadth of love only by loving, only by bending down to help over and over again, by remaining kind and gentle through mean-spirited and hard-hearted days, by offering one's simple gifts to a broken world, and by giving of self with abandon, though there is no consolation, no evidence of good results, and no end in sight. To keep courage, hope, and love alive is all we are asked to do, is everything we are asked to do. Because none of us are free until all of us are free, our desire for liberation, our efforts to spread love and be loved, has to be cultivated to such a degree that it alone becomes the very core that determines the choices we make and the actions we take. So as you walk it, talk it, and talk it tonight, and carry love and light into this community, let it be the recognition that we are one, that motivates you not only to write messages of love and light for all the world to see, but to be love and light wherever you are and to whomever you are with. It's the only way we can make a difference, the only way the world will change. So go forth, spread messages of joy, hope, and love, because none of us are free
until all of us are free.
Amen.
Good job.